السلام عليكم ورحمة الله أعزائي وأصدقائي، أهلا بيكم مع برنامج السفير. هتصدق لو قلتلك إن في قناة قدرت تحقق 1.5 مليون مشترك ومليار مشاهدة في 2021 بس؟ هنشوف إزاي ده حصل وهنسمع صاحب القناة نفسه وهو بيشرح ده. تابع معايا الفيديو للنهاية وما تتفوتش منه أي حاجة، ولو عجبك الفيديو ما تنساش تعمل اشتراك ولايك عشان يوصلك كل جديد. تابع معايا. ايوه يا صديقي، زي ما قلت لك في المقدمة، 1.5 مليون مشترك ومليار مشاهدة في سنة واحدة. هنشوف اللقاء اللي اتعمل مع صاحب القناة، وعايزك تقرأ الترجمة بشكل واضح وتتابع الفيديو، يعني عشان فعلا كلنا هنستفاد تجارب الناس دي. وبعد الفيديو هنكمل واقول لكم اهم العوامل اللي طرحها الراجل ده، واهمها طبعا معروف ان هو الفيديو الشورت. هنشوف التفاصيل بالظبط وباسلوبه هو وبشرحه هو. تابع معايا.
Tell us about your journey as a creator. I'm talking about your full journey as a creator, even on Facebook. Like, what inspired you to get started?
The reason why I love the name of your show is because this is exactly why I started. I used to be a software engineer. I wanted to do things, but I didn't feel like I had a voice inside the company. I didn't feel like I had a voice inside my country. Eventually, I was like, I'm just gonna go find my voice on the internet to try to say what I believe in, what I care deeply about, and scream it and see what happens.
I believe when you're on other social media platforms, you're doing 1-minute videos, and you're still doing that. Is there a reason why you've chosen that time and that length of video?
One of the things about Nas that was unique is that I did it every day for 1,000 days straight. And I thought, if I need to make a video every day, it has to be short to the point. Therefore, let me make it a minute. Let me pack as much possible information in this 1 minute. And so that's why my product, my video product, fits perfectly with YouTube Shorts product. And that's why we found, massive success.
I think a lot of people are afraid to start YouTube channels because they feel like it's such a saturated market. And I think that's actually made it so a lot of new and interesting creators have not even started a YouTube channel and just gone to the platforms. What advice would you give them to start on Shorts?
My suggestion is unleash the limit in your brain, in the sense that in our brain we think the limit is, okay, there can only be 10 YouTube channels. But what if there could be 10 billion? And what if everybody in the world is walking around the world watching YouTube content?
Why do you think people have an affinity for short form content, especially on a platform where they're used to seeing longer form content?
Watching a long video is like sending a piece of mail. It's the same message, it just takes longer to actually deliver. People want as little friction as possible in their lives, and Shorts just communicates ideas in a frictionless way.
One of the things that I think is impressive, you're literally going across the globe. So how's your approach to video production? How are you doing this? You're getting people across Asia, Europe, America who are doing these crazy stories.
This is why I think COVID was transformational for us as a company. We started to trust remote crews. We started to trust others with our art. And now, any story I care about in anywhere in the world, we can get to them within 3 days.
What's your vision of the world, creator-wise, right? Looking at this new where everyone has a phone, everyone has access to the internet, everyone is telling stories.
My friend says it best. He says, we have entered the permissionless society. In the past, if I wanted to raise my voice, I needed to go to the newspaper and beg the editor to cover my story. And the editor has the control. He is giving me permission to have a voice. But now with the creator economy, I can pretty much reach anybody I want in the world for free.
In your approach of thinking about short video production versus maybe traditional, horizontal, video production, is there a different approach that you're taking?
Honestly, the only difference that I've significantly noticed is that now we shoot a little bit wider. So the main character is a little bit smaller because we want to cut that to vertical. And we shoot 4K to make sure we zoom in and we don't lose any quality. That is the only difference.
You kind of spoke about this earlier around this idea that you didn't have a voice at work, personally, in your family, in your country. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
I think everybody's childhood affects what they do for the rest of their lives, right? I don't want to get political, but I grew up as a Palestinian in Israel, in an unequal world. So that's the whole point of content, is to make content about whatever is interesting in the world, in any continent, from any color, from any sexuality. Nobody cares as long as you are alive.
Nusayr, I just want to say thank you.
Well, man, thank you so much for having me. It may sound like my voice is already amplified, but you're actually helping me.
زي ما سمعنا نصير وهو بيقول ان الفيديوهات الطويلة تشبه رسائل البريد الالكتروني الطويلة، يعني بقت حاجة مملة والناس بتدور النهاردة على السلاسة في كل حاجة. وقال كمان ان فيروس كورونا كان نقطة تحول بالنسبة له، زي ما كان نقطة تحول لكتير قوي من اليوتيوبر، وان قعد ينزل فيديوهات قصيرة لمدة 1000 يوم، يعني ننزل 1000 فيديو متواصل كل يوم. يعني لازم ان احنا ننزل فيديو كل يوم سواء كبير او صغير، بس هو بيتكلم في ان الفيديو الشورتز بيقدر يجمع مشتركين كتير ومشاهدات كتير. ناس بتقول لي الفيديوهات الشورتز ما بتجيبش ارباح. فيديوهات الشورتز ما بتجيبش ارباح لان الفيديوهات اللي عندك بتجيب 1000 مشاهدة 2000 مشاهدة، ما ضربتش انت لسه في المليون وال2 مليون مشاهدة. تمام، دي حاجة. الحاجة التانية ان تركيزك كله خليه على المشتركين، تجمع مشتركين، وبعدين قناتك لما تكبر انت هتقرر تعمل انت عايز ايه. يعني استفاد بالكنز ده دلوقتي، صدقني انت ممكن بعد سنة تلاقي اليوتيوب لغى الفكرة دي خالص. استفاد بالكنز وحاول على قد ما تقدر نزل فيديوهات شورتز بشكل يومي، واحنا قلنا ده كتير قوي قبل كده، بس طبعا في ناس نفذت واستفادت وبتستفاد دلوقتي. اي نعم ممكن في البداية ما يكونش بالمستوى اللي انت عايزه، بس شوية شوية هتكبر وهتتعرف وهتتشهر. خليك على نفس المستوى اللي هو ماشي عليه، حاول تنزل فيديو بشكل يومي، صدقني الموضوع هيفرق معاك. وشوف هو صبر 1000 يوم، يعني شوف زي ما شفنا في الفيديو كده، شكرا لكم اصدقائي، وانتظروني في الفيديو الجاي ان شاء الله.